Good morning, this is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Cloudy with some light rain showers around the area this morning. Not currently seeing any lightning in the area. That's right now staying well off the coast, but we will continue to see some rain showers pushing through during our AM time frame this morning, and we will see a slight chance of lightning with that activity pushing through, and things will start to dry out as we get into the afternoon, and we'll be moving into a couple of days of dry weather moving ahead. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have a boundary that is pushing through the area at this time out along that boundary, and ahead of that boundary is where we're seeing that shower activity. Off to the west, we'll see this area of high pressure building in for Tuesday and Wednesday, and that will keep things dry as we move through that time period. Looking at current conditions this morning, scattered deck at 600 feet, broken at 1,100, overcast at 8,000. Slightly reduced visibilities with light rain on the Ob this morning. Seeing winds out of the north at 7 knots, temperature at 57 degrees, and our relative humidity is at 93%. We'll take a quick look at the local radar here. We could see the preset we're seeing locally here, likely just below the radar beam. Otherwise, you can see some shower activity still tracking north-northeast through the local area. We have some activity to our southwest that's going to be potentially moving through as we move through the morning hours. But as you can see, a bulk of the activity off to our west and tracking out of the area, more moderate convective activity out there. And that's where we're seeing some lightning at this time. But again, can't rule out some lightning moving through the area. If we look at the zoomed out composite reflectivity with the visible satellite, we can see again a bulk of the activity ahead of the front line off to the east. But still some shower activity off to our south-southwest is going to be tracking north-northeast, so we'll keep an eye on that as we move through the morning. And as we get to afternoon, we'll start to see this activity pushing out of the area and some breaks in the clouds. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model, see what we can expect as we move through the day today. Again, model doing decent with the setup this morning. As you can see, a bulk of the activity off the coast and then still some lingering showers. So as we move through the morning, we will see that chance of lingering showers through the area, and then as we pass the 1600 local time frame, a bulk of that activity will be off the coast, and we'll start to see some breaks in the clouds. Again, we'll see a slight chance of lightning this morning, about a 20% chance with any of those heavier showers possibly producing some lightning, but overall just some light to moderate showers moving through the area. Going into the overnight time frame, we'll continue to see a clearing trend, becoming mostly clear as we pass the midnight to 4 a.m. time frame, but we will see some breezy conditions as these showers start to end with those winds ramping up. Good chance we'll see a wind advisory as we get into the later morning and more so into the afternoon, and could see that wind advisory continue to linger through at least the first part of the evening as we get some air vecting in behind this boundary as those clouds start to break. But overall, as we move through the next couple of days, we'll see no precipitation chances expected, and overall we will stay mostly sunny to mostly clear. We'll see those winds start to weaken as we get into the later morning hours tomorrow, and then we'll continue to see nice conditions as we move through tomorrow as well as into the day on Wednesday. So if we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we are red for that precip in the area this morning, and good chance to continue to see some precip moving through with that shower activity. We do have a yellow risk for that lightning threat. Again, about a 20% chance we'll see some lightning until about noon today, with that shower activity continuing until about noon as well. We will have an orange risk here for winds at or above 25 knots as those showers start to break, and we'll see some of those clouds breaking. I do expect those winds to become gusty up to 25 knots by the time we get into the later morning time frame, and then as we get into the afternoon, we'll start to see breaks in the clouds, still remaining mostly cloudy, but seeing those ceilings likely rise above 3,000 feet, but seeing those north-northwest winds 13 to 18 knots with peak gusts up around 28 knots. So we do increase to a red risk for winds that are above 25 knots, likely seeing a wind advisory as we move into the afternoon time frame. Overall, high temperature we'll see today right about what we're seeing right now, right around 57 degrees. We'll be between right around the mid-50s as we move through the day today, and then going into the evening. Again, continuing to see gradual clearing trend as we move into the overnight time frame, eventually becoming mostly clear as we get past midnight and seeing those winds stay fairly elevated, eventually dropping down to an orange risk as we pass the 20 local time frame, but still expecting gusts up to 25, 26 knots before dropping down to 20 knots as we move into the early AM time frame of Tuesday, when we move back to green conditions as we start the day on Tuesday. So that's going to help keep those temperatures from bottoming out too much, but still with those clear skies, we're expecting our low temperature around 34 degrees as we move into the start of the day on Tuesday with mostly sunny conditions. Tides are running normal, and Tuesday will, again, mostly sunny as we move through the day. We'll see a slightly above average temperature high of 58 degrees. We'll see some slightly breezy conditions lingering early. We do have a yellow risk for winds that are above 25 knots, as we could see some increase in the gusts as we get past sunrise and start the day on Tuesday, but then we'll see those winds subsiding as we move through the day. So potential for a brief period of a wind advisory early on Tuesday before those winds settle down. Quiet evening Tuesday evening with mostly clear conditions, a low around 42 degrees, and then Wednesday another mostly sunny to partly cloudy day, and mild with a high around 61 degrees, and overall looking at green conditions for those weather risks. So that's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.